If you ever launch something like a website, product, maybe an event, an ad campaign, and after the first rush, it kind of fizzles out, then this is for you. You might be stuck in what I like to call the set it and forget it trap. This is an idea that one good launch, one fancy email sequence, one of those sales funnels is going to keep your business thriving for months. But the truth is, that's not how it works. I see people all the time who pour all their energy into getting ready for like a launch day. They open the doors, they get their first wave of excitement, and then nothing. So today, I want to walk you through why this happens, how real growth actually works, and how to build a system so your marketing keeps paying off over time without burning you out. Why set it and forget it doesn't work. Let's break it down. Set it and forget it. Sounds amazing on paper, doesn't it? Who wouldn't want to do the work once and then watch it run forever, right? You hear them all the time. Build a system. I talk about systems. And I think some people think that you could just kind of turn it on. That's great. We love automation. I love automation. And sure, automation is great. And I'm a big fan of tools that send emails for me, that schedules posts, that run my ads in the background. But if you're never coming back to update or adjust, you're basically putting your business on autopilot with no one at the controls. I had one client once that we built out a great campaign, a marketing campaign series. They've got amazing leads. They were getting like $2 leads. And it worked great for weeks. And all of a sudden it just, why? Because the platform changed, the audience changed, and new people coming from different types of things and different type of questions. Competitors start to pop up. They see what you're doing and maybe they want to jump in with their own offer. They never checked in. So they didn't notice the signs until it was a little bit too late. Or they thought that what we did last year was going to work this year. And we all know, just looking at 2025, that's never going to be the case. Think about your own habit. Maybe you used to jump on Facebook doing Facebook Lives, and now you rather watch quick tutorials on TikTok. Your customers are the same. They might grab their attention last year. It may not show up today in their feed today. So just remember that. These platforms are, I want to say fickle, but they're kind of moving towards how people want to behave. So how do you keep your marketing alive? It's not scrapping everything and starting every few months. That's exhausting. And I think I see so many clients who do that all the time. This didn't work, let's move here. This didn't work, let's try this. It's really about making small, steady improvements. The business that keeps growing aren't chasing shiny objects, and I know we're bombarded with them. They're dialing into what already is working for them. They're maybe tweaking a headline that they see that pulls more clicks. Maybe they're trying out, new calls to action. Maybe testing a fresh set of testimonials. When's the last time you asked for testimonials or got reviews or even used the reviews you got in your advertising? They're paying attention to what people respond to, and then they're doing more of that. They're looking to see how people are responding to what you're doing. I would suggest that you consider thinking about that from a perspective. So let's talk about why iterations is your secret weapon. The fancy word for this is iteration. I just call it staying involved, really. Think of marketing as like a garden, and I'm really big into gardening lately. I don't know, I became a plant parent, and so I love to garden. I have an oasis that I tend to on a daily basis. See, if you plant sunflowers and then walk away and never water them, you can't expect them and be surprised when they die. If you have to come out at least once a week, or like in my case, sometimes I come out like daily, pull the weeds, give them a drink of water, maybe move them to the sun. I piddle with my plants. You don't necessarily need to piddle or tinker too much, because that can be bad as well. But you need to definitely be involved so that they thrive. And that's what marketing is. You want to be involved so it can thrive. Yes, you want to throw it over the fence to your marketing person to handle it, but you need to be involved. You need to ask the right questions. So that way you can know what's going on in your business, and you could be ready for any type of change that happens in the market. This is what real marketing looks like. Small tests, small tweaks, again and again. That's how you keep growing without getting overwhelmed, because we don't need to be overwhelmed with this. I know a lot of people are. Say how to stay consistent without burning out. How do you actually do this without working 80-hour weeks, right? You build a system, a simple system. Marketing is a system. I mention it I have a video on it, so make sure you can try to check that out on the channel here. Have a regular check-in. Once a month, maybe, or once a week. Sit down and look at what's working. Which posts did well? Which emails got the most clicks? Where did your customers come from? Pick one small thing and adjust. Maybe it's your headline. Maybe it's your photos. Maybe it's your call to action. Just one thing. Don't try to do everything at once. Watch what happens. Give it a couple of weeks and check back. Yes, marketing is a system. You can treat it like a garden. And as you know what garden is, you got to be patient and let it grow. And make sure you treat this as part of your process. It's not a failure when you update your system or when you make a change or when you say, I'm going to pivot away from this. That's not a failure. That's just maintenance. A mechanic doesn't say your car is failing when it needs an oil change. You just need to know what it is to keep it running, right? So if this really resonates with you, if you think your marketing feels a little stuck, it's not because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe it's because maybe you stop evolving. Maybe you've been like that old adage, we've just been doing it this way or we always do it. I invite you to join me and see my community, my Marketing Therapy Lab community. I'll show you how to build a marketing strategy that grows with you and also economically can grow with you. So you don't have to keep tearing it all down and starting from zero because we don't have time for that. We'll help you figure out what's working and what's not and where to make small changes to protect your time and your energy. So if you think you like that, if that's the plan that you want to last, then click the link below. You can see, join us. It's free. It's not going to be free for long, but it's still free. So let me help you build something that is real for you.